Hello, I'm going to do a foot and ankle follow along for you. What you're going to need is a massage ball or a spiky ball. So you can use a tennis ball, it's still going to work. There are different types. You can have like the 8 balls as well, so that'll work. A band, any sort of band will work because it just depends on how much pressure you're going to use. You're also going to need either wall space, you can use a weight or a couple of weights. Basically, it's just so you can do big toe pails and rails, so you can have the space for your little toes as you do the extension for your big toe. And if you're willing to invest, some toe spacers. You won't be using it for all of it, but it does help for some exercises. Some of it you'll have to maybe move around, take bits off for the big toe, etc. So let's get started. We're going to start with release work. You're going to need to stand up for this, and you're going to need your massage ball or spiky ball. So basically, you can pause this as well. I'm going to just do like a few little bits. So if you want to spend longer on this, then feel free. I'll put a little gap after this so that you can pause potentially and work on a little bit more. So with your ball, you're just going to roll into your foot. So as you're rolling into your foot, you're going to start adding in some toe waves. You probably find there'll be little parts of your foot which are a little bit sore. So what we're going to do, mine's normally my arch, the arch of the foot. So just find a little part where it's a little bit sore, and you're just going to start doing like that action with your toes. Don't worry if it ends up just being like you're pointing and flexing to start with. Just try and initiate from the little toes. It doesn't have to be like rhythmic, just try your best. And just keep moving around the foot. So you can pause this now if you want. Spend a little bit of time, maybe it's around 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to move on to the other foot. Just doing the exact same thing. You might find that one foot feels a little bit more sore compared to the other. So just moving around a little bit. Okay, right, now we've done that, we're going to grab our band and we're just going to think about stretching the bottoms of the feet a little bit more, kind of as well as the front. You're going to take the band. It's ideal if you've got no shoes on as well, no socks. You're going to pull against the band and just try and pull the foot back as far as you can. Obviously, if it's a thicker band, you're going to feel it more because it's going to be pulling you back. Then you might have to lift the band up as you do this and as you have a bit of resistance, because if you don't, it just tends to roll down, which is really annoying unless you've got a thick enough band. So pulling the foot back and then lifting the band up as you point. And just moving through that. You should start feeling a little bit warmer as you do that. Brilliant. And then moving on to the other side, just 4 to 6 times roughly. So just moving through that, just so we can get some movement into the foot. Perfect. Bringing that off. We're going to move into ankle cars now. One leg straight, one leg bent. You're going to hook your arm underneath the bent leg, hand onto your shin to stop yourself from cheating. Taking your foot over to one side, keeping the foot flexed. Then you're going to point your foot and then start to semicircle it over to the other side and then continue with the circle. We're just going to do about 3 in each direction, making sure that you're not sacrificing from your shin. And you can kind of curl your toes, just make sure you're not like really crunching them in, but just try your best. So that's about 3 for that way. And we're just going to go 3 the other direction. Might feel a little bit crunchy. You might feel sensations into the calf. long as there's no pain. I've got one more to do. Brilliant. And then other side. So exactly the same, turn. And also if you felt like really tight with these, you can also pause this and do another set if you want. So I've got a few other things to do. Just want to get warm. Two. One more. And then you're going to change your direction. So go 3 in one direction, 3 in the other. Nice and controlled all the way through. And 3. Perfect. Okay. If you find that you're really tight at the front of the feet, I'm just going to do this briefly now. What you can do is, as long as it's comfortable for your knees, you can also use cushion or something to kneel on. Taking one hand down, lifting one knee, taking it down just to feel that stretch at the front part of your foot and the front part of your ankle. And you can also do it with both. You have to lean back a little bit more as you lift and lower, just again, just to feel that stretch, just to get some range there. We've done our release work. We've done our little bit more movement, our ankle cars. This just helps a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is where the toe spacers, if you're wearing them, they might get in the way. You might have to kind of take them off a little bit. And we're going to get a little bit more into the big toes. So we're going to go into a bit of a massage. So wherever's comfortable, as long as you're comfortable. I kind of like hike mine over the other leg. And then just get the big toe out the way, the little toes out the way. And then just in between the second toe and the big toe, you're just going to kind of massage. And you can kind of like pull a little bit. You can pull to the other side a little bit. Just massaging, just to whatever pressure is comfortable. If you wanted it a bit more, you can dig it a little bit more. Obviously, as long as you don't have nails, it's going to be very uncomfortable if that's the case. And you can also pause this right now. I'm just going to go through it, just a demo. And if you want to do a little bit longer, then you can pause, do it for about a minute or so, and then you can go through the next thing. Okay, going on to the other foot. You just get the toe spacer out of the way. Move the little toes and just work through in your foot. Basically just kind of getting some movement, some space for your big toe. When you wear shoes, you might find that your big toe squashes in. We've got another exercise coming up, which might be quite difficult, but it's a good one to try and get your head around and practice and get more into wearing wider spaced shoes if you can. Or just be spending more time barefoot if you can. And toe spacers, of course. Brilliant. Okay, going back to the first foot, and we're going to go into some big toe circles. So again, getting the little toes out the way, and just you can hold on to however you want to hold on to it and just draw on some circles. Might feel a little bit uncomfortable. As long as you're not getting pain or sharp pain, you might feel like it's really tight as you pull it out to the side, and then you're going to change your direction. Just forgot what direction I was doing. Brilliant. And then do the other foot. This toe is a bit crunchy for me. A little bit more so. Again, if it's crunchy as well, as long as it's not like a sharp pain. If it's a little bit painful, then you would reduce the range, or you can just skip it. So you don't want any pain. Okay, brilliant. So we're gonna, if you're wearing toe spacers, I'm gonna just take mine off just for this first one, just for this next one, sorry. because they just get in the way. So what you're going to do, you can just kind of kneel like so, and we're going to think about the big toe moving out to the side. And it is quite difficult, especially when you struggle to splay your toes and you've worn kind of tight shoes. That can be a struggle. But just to start with, if you just think about lifting the toe up and then lowering it down. And you'll start to, as you're moving through that with the big toe, you'll be able to start seeing the muscles and the part of your big toe moving from the inside. Obviously tendons and whatnot. Okay, this is where it's going to get tricky. So now you're going to think about moving the toe out to the side. So we're going to use our finger as a guide. It's not like you're going to put pressure on your finger, but it's like you're using it as a guide to try and take your big toe towards your finger. If you want to move it out a few times, just so it's like trying to set it, it's more of a brain workout as well, not just for your foot. Okay, we're going to take our finger down. It doesn't have to be far away, like you're not going to be able to take it that far. You're going to try, and if you need to, hold little toes down. If you need to, you're going to lift up your big toe and then try and move it out towards your finger. So lift your toe up, move it out towards your finger, and pause there. Holding it there for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then ease off. If you find a little bit of fatigue's building, you can just kind of massage into your foot a little bit. And we'll do that again. We'll do it twice more. So again, just a slight lift up, doesn't have to be all the way up. Just a slight lift, and then pull it out to the side towards your finger if you can. Holding it there for 10 seconds or a fleet. This is big toe isometrics, this is what these are called. Last 3, 2, 1, and then release. Again, give them a massage into if needs be. And then we'll do that once more. So slightly lift, bring the big toe out as much as you can towards your finger. Right, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Other side, bring the other foot forwards. Same again, just whatever you need to do. And then slightly lift the toe, taking it out towards the finger. And just try and keep it, maintain it there if you can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And ease it off. Same again, 2 more times. Lift up the big toe. Again, it doesn't have to be all the way up. Just slightly lift, take it out to the side. As long as you're not moving your actual foot, take it out towards the finger. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Ease it off. Okay, one more time. So when you're ready, lift up slightly, big toe out towards the finger, holding it there. Three, 2, 1, and ease it off. We're going to do the big toe peels and rails now. You can also do your big toe peels and rails from standing up. It's not to say that you have to do it with your weight here on the floor. You can do it standing, just as long as you have, like I'm showing you here, your big toe onto something, and that your little toes are not clogged on that thing as well, because it's not very comfortable. So you want a bit of space for our little toes as we do our big toe peels and rails. If you want to put your toe spacers back on, feel free if you've got them. So this is where you're going to need a wall space and space for your little toes. You can just move to where you have that space. So basically we want to take our big toe into extension and we're going to hold a stretch. We don't want obviously you to be totally uncomfortable where you're pulling it all the way in and then to the point where you can't even do the pails and rails. So you might find that pulling back and doing the rails from here, it's a struggle, because it's a struggle for me. So I have to just taper it so that it's not too much of an intense stretch. So you're going to get yourself into a stretch for your big toe. And we're going to hold this for 2 minutes. So I'm going to get you to pause this and hold for 2 minutes. If you find after 30 seconds or a minute and a half as well, please feel free to just join me back once you feel more comfortable in the stretch. It's basically just to feel comfortable. So pause, stretch, and we'll do the isometrics together. Let's do the isometrics. So what we're going to do, you're going to press into whatever you're pressing into for 10 seconds. Push your big toe in towards that space for 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that action of drawing your big toe away, so pulling it up and away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pressing down again, 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action of drawing away, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, pressing in, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last rails drawn away, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease it off. Do what you need to do, move around. When you're ready, we'll do the other side. You've got space for your little toes. When you're in the stretch and you're ready to pause this, just pause, go into the stretch, hold for 2 minutes maximum. If you need longer, if you need less. Just pause this now and we'll come back and do the isometrics. Okay, let's do the isometrics together. Pressing into ball weight, whatever you've got, for 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action of drawn away, 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, pressing in, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action of drawn away, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, pushing in, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drawing away, 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release, so let that go. Right, we've got one last thing we're going to do just to ease into the ankle, work into the ankle as well as into the toes, just basically active rocks. So you don't really need anything for this. So a bit for the ankle, a bit for the foot. So you're going to think about putting all of your weight as if you were going to be going into a stretch, like dorsiflexion, without the heel lifting up. So you don't want this heel coming up. Try your best to keep it down. So pressing in. Then you're going to think about using the muscles within the front of the leg, obviously as well as the back, as you lift the toes, pull the toes back towards your shin. And then press down again, lean into it, and then pulling back away from it. Basically, you want to kind of be as comfortable as you can with the other leg as you're moving through this. We're not doing this fast. We want to do this nice and slow and controlled. I'm going to do a few more. You might feel something here into the shin, to the front of the foot as you move through it. And then we're going to do one more of these, pressing down, drawing away, and then just ease that off. Switching sides, bring the other foot forwards, exactly the same. Loading up, lean forwards. Then think about slow and controlled, easing away, drawing the toes, the foot towards the shin as you come back. Pressing down forwards into it and then pulling back. I'm going to do a few more of these. Keeping everything nice and grounded. Last or two. Last one. Brilliant. That's you all done. This is a good start for your foot mobility. Your big toes, your little toes, well your toes basically, are being squashed together in normal shoes. So doing this sort of thing on a regular basis, a weekly basis, is going to be really good for you, and getting some toe spacers to spread you out in your feet, getting some wider shoes to help with that. It's really going to help you with your lifts in the gym, as well as just overall balance when you're walking, your lifestyle, day-to-day lifestyle, your work. It's going to massively affect you, because if you think about it, our feet, they carry us. So doing what you can for the feet, for the toes, for the feet, the ankles, is massively going to help further up the chain. Sometimes as well, if you have a problem higher, it can potentially be from the feet, lack of big toe extension or lack of dorsiflexion or range into the feet. There's obviously plenty of other things that you can do here, but this is just a follow along that I've done. So hopefully it's helped, and let me know how you get on with it, and if there's anything that you're not sure on, and you'll see me soon.